All Dad wants to do is take his daughter to Disney. So why is Mom kind of throwing up some obstacles here?
Dude, this is wild. I think I know where people are going to lie when you listen to this, but there are some nuances to it that make you wonder, is she in the right or is he in the right? So I got this from Emily W. King _. So you're not going to hear Emily here because she's stitching a woman's Instagram reel with hers. And so I'm leaving her take off so we can just throw our own out here. But what you're going to hear is a mom talk about how her ex wants to take their daughter to Disneyland. But she's like, yeah, no, not unless you take her 5 other siblings.
So my daughter's father tells me today that for spring break, he's taking our daughter, we have one daughter together, to Disneyland for 5 days. And I guess it was going to be a surprise, or it's going to be a surprise, or was, whatever. So I'm like, awesome, I'm going to go shopping, get her a couple outfits, I'll get her a new bathing suit, I'm thinking about all these things, and then I'm thinking, wait, just her? Because she has 5 other siblings. So I had to ask him, everybody else is invited too, right? And he looked at me like I was crazy and said, no, those aren't my kids. We were together for years. You were their stepfather. You're going to take your daughter to Disneyland and not take her siblings? Do you know how upset that would make them? Not doing it. She's not going unless her siblings can go. Period.
All right, so that's the debate, and that the comments got the comments were commenting. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
And a majority of the people are on the dad's side. They're like, that those are not his children. If you want those kids to go to Disney, then you need to hit up their dad or dads and have them foot the bill.
I think I need more context to it also. Like, did he raise all of them from a very young age?
I don't know. We don't. That's the limited information that we have. And like, as far as how many years they were together and how long he was a father in their lives, as far as like their stepdad goes, I have no idea.
It's tough without that detail. Because, being a step parent, I feel like it can go one of two ways, right? Like, sometimes you leave the relationship and then that's kind of the end of the relationship. Whereas with other situations, it's like that's always going to be your children because you had that kind of influence with them. But I don't see a world where dad is supposed to take every child to Disney, especially as expensive as that is, when these children have other fathers who could be helping him do that. I think he's only really obligated to take his own now that they are no longer married or in a relationship.
I know. It's like you got to take out a mortgage just to take your kids to Disney once. That's how expensive it is. So like 6 kids plus whoever else he's taking. To me, I think it all just weighs on what the relationship was with those kids when they were together. And like, do they still have a relationship? Because if you still don't have a relationship, like if they were just kids of convenience, like they were just there while you were married or there while you were together.
Kids of convenience. This is funny.
You have friends of convenience. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that we're not friends, but we're friends because of situations. So they might just be kids of convenience.
And the mom and dad aren't together anymore, right? Yeah, this is a tough part of divorce here also, is that, look, if you're not married anymore, you can express what your opinion on how you feel about it, but you also don't really have the quote unquote jurisdiction to go, no, she's absolutely not allowed to go when she's on his time, and vice versa.
Yeah, it's like, how do you, so one child's going to get punished because the other 5 can't go, essentially. And is there a lesson here for the other kids, or is this trauma that's going to send them into therapy because their sibling got to go to Disney and they couldn't because their dads aren't there to step up and do that kind of stuff when hers was? So it's like, there's some murky
Yes,
co-parenting waters there. But she was adamant, and people went after her in the comments, dude.
The Bert Show.